This guy is bonkers, man, getting that excited over an old Volvo like that. And spider webs and all sorts.
I'm so right.
I think it's too cold for the lighter. Yeah, I'm not going to moan about the temperature because I know a lot of you are from Sweden who watch these videos, so yeah, I don't really, I can't complain. So yeah, guys, today is the last video before this car goes in for the inspection. This car being Elsa the Volvo 740, by the way. Just a recap for those perhaps new to the channel. So this is the 740 that I recently picked up quite cheap. Turned out to have a load more issues than I initially thought, of course. Yeah, it was off the road for 10 years, so we had quite a few things to do to get it back on the road, quite a few big things I would say. But yeah, we got it sorted. She's running, she's driving, she's mostly up together now. Yeah, and she's going to have her first inspection in 10 years, very soon. So this video is basically all the pre-inspection stuff and all the last minute odd jobs, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, so to speak. Finally got an indicator lens for it. Really cheap actually, I think about 15 euros or so. Really not bad. There we go. Looks okay, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, it's not exactly a Volvo one, it's not exactly OE quality, but it's decent, it's good enough. Yeah, it's going to do the job nicely. Please don't break. Indicator's not working. Oh, there we go. Hopefully you caught that. Corroded connections, that's what it will be. And spider webs and all sorts. I don't know, maybe there was rust inside there, but the rest of the arch looks really quite good, so I'm not sure. I mean, you can see paint runs here where someone's gone over it. These arches have been done before. This clean metal here, that's going to flash rust in no time, and even just having this filler there, it's not good to leave it exposed, you know, to let water get into it and all that. And yeah, obviously I don't want it going to the inspection like this. I'm going to chuck some primer on it, chuck some paint on it. It's not going to be a perfect paint match, it's just some paint from the hardware store, but just to cover it for now, just so it looks presentable enough. And then really this whole arch wants going into, the other side's even worse. So yeah, a little bit of damage to this arch here. Almost certainly rust behind it, but this whole arch, you can see it's been repaired before, and you can also see there's parts where the paint's cracking. Get some focus in here. And there's also one part I was pushing the other day and I could see it, all the paint or filler or whatever it is moving. And there's some moisture in there. I think there's some rust behind it. It's this whole arch. There'll be rust behind here that he's started to cover up. So with the Involvo'd approved sanding technique,
Involvo'd approved sanding technique.
with two hands, of course, it's important to use two hands, but for the purpose of filming, so there we go. I look like Tony Montana, but we have some kind of shape. Racing, the good stuff. In this box, and that's our emissions pipe as well that runs off the airbox round to the exhaust manifold that we're going to have connected for the inspection, and then we're going to take it straight off again because most people remove these pipes. Well, usually they remove themselves because they just break up and fall off, but you've got to have it on for the emissions test. And here, of course, it's part of the inspection, it's got to be on. So but you know what here's like. Here I've got to have a plus cap on the battery pole, I've got to have the dust caps on the tyres, and I've also got to have a fuel cap strap on the fuel cap if it came with one, or even if it didn't come with one, as we recently learned in our Zafira episode. But anyway, I'm going to crack on. I'm going to slide this pipe on, and yeah, one step closer. I'll be glad to get this done. I don't know how they've managed to make it like this. I took it off and tried to bend it back and get it to fold in correctly, but no chance. It's been like it for too long. It's stuck like that now. So this thing that sits inside there was loose. There should be something else on the other side as well, shouldn't there? If it's pulling in air from here, that's after the air filter and after the MAF sensor over here. So it's unmetered, unfiltered air that's going to get straight into the engine. I'm surprised it was running so smoothly, considering that it obviously was leaking from there. It definitely would have been an air leak from that. I tried to get it back, but it's finished. And that's inside the throttle body. It's not the worst, but we'll definitely give that a quick clean out whilst we're here. I'm going to clean the flap a bit. Yeah, plenty of corrosion in there, plenty of spider webs in there. Please don't destroy my car.
I'm surprised.
The sun's going down now, so it's quite hard to see, but we took it for an automatic wash. Guys, it didn't even scratch the surface. It's not hard to get off, but there's obviously so much of it, you know, that machine has passed over it a couple of times and it's just not enough. So yeah, it needs going over properly, doesn't it? It needs a good detail, it needs a good scrub, close-up pressure wash, a good scrub. A quick automatic wash isn't really enough for a car that's been sitting around for 10 years. You know, we've still got all our things growing in here, so we've got to hit all that. But you know, all the chrome is still so dull. You know, there's not really a shine to it. Look, there's not really a reflection. You know, this all needs polishing. Guys, it's going to look amazing. I'll show you inside as well. Got our bits ready for the inspection. High vis, medikit, in date, very important. It's got to be in date. It's got to have a date on it. 2026. Warning triangle, got to have those. That's Europe for you. Yeah, obviously I need to give these seats an actual proper clean. I got rid of the dust inside. There was a good thick layer of dust. 10 years of barn dust sticking around. So yeah, I wiped all that away. And I still want to go over something in the interior. I mean, I used an interior cleaner to remove the dust, so the interior is like mostly clean now. But I want to use something that just brings up the shine of the dash a little bit more as well. You know, maybe some kind of like silicone-based product, you know, some aerosol or something, just to make it. I don't like them too shiny, but just, you know, a little bit fresh looking. yeah, I've gone over the seat belts. I should have shown you guys that actually, but this one had loads of mold on it, so I've cleaned off the mold, and then on all of them I've sprayed some silicone spray and just wiped it down with a cloth, because they were just pulling out and just staying there, whereas now they actually retract. If you spray some silicone spray, just some normal generic silicone, you can probably see it's still a little bit wet in there actually, spray it there where it runs across this plastic, top and bottom, and then spray both sides of the belt, and then it will retract how it should. Yeah, the light's going now, so I can't really show you, but this is like the material. It's lovely, really, really nice. I just love all the different shades of blue. I just can't get enough of it. And I've added a shade of blue as well, my own shade. I know there's probably a small percentage of you out there that are thinking, this guy is bonkers, man, getting that excited over an old Volvo like that. But I know that 98.7 of you are like, you feel the same way. You feel exactly the same way I do. Anyway, I'm going to stop drooling over it and stop waffling. Guys, yeah, so I'll see you in the next one where we take it for the inspection. Yeah, I would say I can't wait, but I definitely can. I'm really, really nervous, but yeah, let's see how we get on. See you in the next one.